Hey guys, so today I want to compare the Samsung Galaxy S4 that browser versus the HTC One's built-in browser. So let's pop up these two browsers over here, and you can see that we are on GSM Arena right now, and I will compare these in three different categories: UI, display, features, and the speed. So if you start off with the first one, that is the UI. I have to say that the winner here is have to go to, let's see here, if we just zoom in here a little bit. I have to say that the winner here definitely goes to the HTC One, because first of all, when you zoom, when you go down like this, let's see here. You can see that sometimes the bar at the top disappears, so you get more real screen space for the screen. So that was very clever for them. And also I think it looks a little bit more clean up here at the top on the HTC One. You don't have those forward and back buttons, and really how often do you use those? They are available right here. So you get more space here for the bar where you type stuff. And also what I do like a ton here with the HTC One here is that the tab system is way quicker and looks way more professional here. It's sort of like Apple's the iPhone 5's browser system here. Looks really cool here versus this a little bit boring and slow UI here on the GS4. Not quite sure why it is a little bit like slow and sluggish when you open it up, but definitely looks more impressive here on the HTC One. And it's also quicker also in terms of snappiness and things. So if you start, as I said there with the UI is definitely better and more clean here, that you have one setting button up here at the top and then one tab and then one reload. Here we have favorites. I never use those. The tab system is not that good. Reload, of course, the same there, but the forward and back buttons, I never actually do use them. You might be different. And also something that I did see here, when we now go down to the display here, I have to say that at least when we are in the browser here, have a lot of white color. I would have to say that the winner probably goes to the HTC One, because the display displays the color white here so much better, and it's so much brighter actually when you are, or at least when I did see the sun was in another room. The display was just so much brighter here on the HTC One, definitely. So definitely a good thing over there. And overall, I mean, both these are 1080p, so of course you will get good resolution on both these two devices. But then we also have a cool feature here. So when you zoom in on the HTC One, you get text reflow. So if you're reading on a forum or something, then it's very easy to read all the text, because it will try to reflow the text perfectly for your reading when you zoom in. Where you have to scroll a little bit here on the sides on the GS4. Also something now when we talk about features, when we go into features here, you have something extremely cool here in the HTC One. You have a flash player built in. That is super cool. So when you tap on an enable flash player, you can just go to the normal desktop version of YouTube and watch a video, and it's pretty amazing because it works actually. So I didn't actually think that it would work, but it do work. So that's extremely cool that you have a flash player built in. You both have desktop view on both, and I can see here on the S4 I do actually have an incognito mode. That's the mode if you want to watch porn or something and you don't want to save any history, then it's perfect over here. Well, it doesn't seem like you get that in the HTC One, even though I rarely use incognito because I rarely watch porn on my smartphone. But if you would, then that could be a good feature. Of course, in terms of features with the S4, we do have some cool features that you can scroll with your hand if you enable features like Smart Scroll. And then you also have things like, let's see if you can find Air View here as well, which is extremely cool that we can just hover over and it will display the text, and we can go down and we don't even touch the display. So that is just insanely cool. And then we also have that we can go up and down here. We can zoom. Let's see here. Did I enable Smart Scroll? Huh, interesting. So it doesn't want to work right now. Weird. Maybe I did make a mistake. I have a new firmware update here on the S4 latest one, so it could be some mistake. But you should be able to scroll with your hands. I've been displaying that in other videos. But that's the main two cool things with the features here inside of the S4, and also that you have the incognito mode, which I don't think you do have them, but you may have them somewhere in the HTC One. I also think that the menus and everything looks a little bit more cool with the Roboto font in the HTC One. So definitely way more improvements over there, and that you don't have to scroll super much here compared to the S4. And what else? If we features, I would actually have to say that it's kind of. I would actually say that it's extremely useful to have the Flash Player built in here, and that would be a feature that I would value on top of everything else. Now, in terms of speed, and you can see that both are super smooth here. Let's see how much we can zoom in. So maybe you can zoom in a little bit more here on the S4, but then on the HTC One, of course, you do see more text, or it's perfect because they have aligned it so much easier to read, and also the loading speed should be about the same here. Okay, that's not fair, of course, but no difference in loading speed. I tried before also. So that could be good, and here you can see the advantage here of the HTC One, that it will reflow here. So overall, we have to say that the winner here goes to the HTC One for its features, the kind of display here in the default browser on both these two smartphones. We can probably easily say that most people would probably enjoy the HTC One's browser a little bit more. So you might have a different opinion. You can tell me that in the description down below. Me personally, I use Google Chrome browser, which is web on both these two devices, so you would have the same features on both. If you want to check out my full review also, of course, I do have one like that. But yeah, until next time, have a great day and weekend. It's Friday today, so party hard. Peace.